Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Continue to watch the whole video all the way through because a lot of the times, y'all ask questions or things, and I talked about it in the video. Now, let's just get into it. So, I wanted to do a video about the Super Bowl. And this isn't a Super Bowl video, it's just some of the context, how it relates to Michigan, and why Don Brown had to go, and what you need to do in this era of college football and football in general, the type of coaches you need. So what we saw in the Super Bowl was the Bucks going against a team that destroyed them for the most part in the passing game. They destroyed them. The Bucks tried to play one-on-one man coverage with no safety over the top most of the game against Tyreek Hill, and they got destroyed. And so, how this relates to Michigan is we saw OSU do this 2-3 years in a row, where they just destroyed us passing and running also. And what you saw in the Super Bowl, and before people say the offensive line and Mahomes was hurt, which I don't really think he was that hurt. I've had turf toe. You can play with it. It doesn't hurt until you stop playing. So when you're on the field, having turf toe really doesn't bother you too much, or on the court. But with the offensive line and that, if the Bucks come out there and run the same game plan that they did when they played 5-6 weeks earlier, they would have had the same result. You can't play Hill one-on-one. You can't play Kelsey one-on-one. And so what you saw was Todd Bowles say, no, I'm not going to play that same game plan. I'm going to run cover two almost pretty much the whole game. And I'm going to have my safeties deep. So they're going to have to pick someone else to beat me. They're not going to beat me with their superstars, their star players. And how this relates to Michigan is we had Don Brown who refused to change. He just wanted to run man all the time after you've had years of showing they're going to destroy you. And he refused to change. Now, the thing that's different is in the pros, you can switch your defenses a little bit more. You run more schemes more often. Now, Don Brown, he really just ran man pretty much all the time with a little bit of zone sprinkled in. And then we play OSU and we need to run mostly zones all the time. And the defense just they couldn't get into it. They didn't have they didn't have the continuity down good enough to switch to these defenses and run them how they need to be ran. So my point is, as a any coordinator, you have to be able to adjust. You can't be stubborn and think I'm just gonna run my stuff. And that's my point with Andy Reid and the Chiefs. See, the Chiefs, they just said, hey, we destroyed them the first time, we'll destroy them again this time. We ain't gonna change up our game plan. We're not gonna try to run the ball. We're gonna just throw it down their throat again. They can't stop us. And you got Todd Bowles over here who's playing chess. He's doing the homework. He's okay. They're doing this. I'm going to do this. Now, if Andy Reid and the Chiefs maybe had a different game plan and tried to run the ball or play Tampa Bay a different way, it might have ended up different or maybe even closer. But the fact that they came out there and tried to run the same game plan, they got destroyed. No touchdowns, 3 field goals, ball game. 2 interceptions, ball game. You have to be able to adjust, especially when you have a history of playing that team. So I can say, I can put it like this: the Bucks played the Chiefs 6 weeks earlier. We play OSU every year, and they pretty much have the same game plan because we had the same stubborn defensive coordinator that's gonna run the same thing. So they didn't really have to change up their game plan. Only thing they would do is put more blockers in to protect the pass protection so they could have the time to throw it over the top or to throw the crossing route because they know Don Brown's gonna run man. Simple as that. They didn't really have to adjust their game plan that much because they know he's gonna run the same thing over and over again. And so this is why that was a great illustration of why he had to go. I know people love him, some fans love him, but that was a great illustration to me on why he had to go. Because to be great, to win championships, you can't just, I'm just gonna run my scheme. I'm just gonna run my scheme. Yeah, I know they do this. I'm still gonna run my scheme. My scheme will get it done. And then they got 60. Your scheme don't seem to get it done against them, bro. It seems like they got your number. Seems like you need to adjust. Seems like you need to cater your defense to stop them. Not to just, my defense is this. No. When you're getting destroyed, now it's time you change your scheme up to stop them. That's what Todd Bowles did. He got the results. Now, we got new coaching staff in here, basically. Guys been hired, fired, the staff has been changed around. I'm gonna have to make another video just to get into that because there's so many dudes that left and came that I'm gonna have to do another video just to break down all of that. But I just wanted to do a video about that. This is why on my videos from year after year after year, there was no excuse for Don Brown for me because he refused to change. And if he did change, it was something subtle that it really didn't make a difference. Like when you have a team that is putting 60 up on you, you need to go back to the drawing board. You can't come in every year thinking, they better be ready for us and all this crap. When somebody continuously drops 60 on you, no, it ain't you better be ready for. They better be ready for us. It's we better be ready for them. That's the difference. When at that time, it's time to become humble and pull back the arrogance of your scheme and we do this to come on, let's get in here and figure out how we can stop them. Not, we just gonna do what we gonna do. But I just wanted to talk about that because that's why that's what I've been preaching for. You can't just, I'm just gonna run this and they gonna have to. It don't work like that when you're going against good and great coaches. If you think that way, it can be like the Bucks and the Chiefs. Yeah, you got all that talent, but guess what? We prepared for y'all. We changed up what we normally do. Y'all still doing the same thing. No, you ain't gonna beat us with that today. Peace. You ain't gonna beat us with that today. That's what I'm talking about. That basic stuff, it ain't gonna fly with good coaches. I'm gonna pick you apart. Y'all, you like to throw it down the seam to your fast receiver. Guess what? I'm going to have help over the top. And y'all best be deep enough. We will be deep enough. You trying to go underneath? I got help underneath and over the top still. You trying to get to your tight end? I'm chucking him, jamming him, and I'm pushing him where I want him to go so I can make a break on the ball. Who are you going to get it to? Who are you going to get it to? That's all I've been talking about, y'all. So I wanted to just talk about that because that's what has to be done. You can't be stubborn in your scheme and think that you're the only good coach out here. And that was Don Brown's problem. He seemed to have thought that his scheme was so revolutionary that it couldn't be changed and everything like that. When the game evolves every day. Every year, the game evolves and you have to change and adapt or you get left behind. That's it. I can't put it better than that, y'all. The game evolves. I don't care what sport it is. I don't care what sport it is. You see basketball now. If you watch the '90s and watch what's going on now, it looks like a total different game. Threes and layups. Mid-range game, pretty much non-existent. NFL, they're throwing it down the field crazy, throwing it. RPO, run it when you can. The game evolves. Can you evolve with it? Are you scared to adapt? Are you able to coach multiple schemes? Can you run man? Can you get your defense prepared to run zone effectively all game? You run zone. Can you get the team able to run man half the time and run zone effectively half the time? These are the type of things that have to be done if you want to be successful. You're a passing team. Okay, this team has a horrible run defense. Can you run it down their throat? Can you stay disciplined in your game plan? These are the things I'm talking about, and hope we don't know. As far as the new staff, we don't know if they have if these dudes can do this. We will have to wait and see, because some of these dudes haven't been. What's the guy from the Ravens? He hasn't even been a play caller, defensive coordinator, a head defensive coordinator. So some of these things we're gonna have to see, but we know what Don Brown wasn't able to do. But I just wanted to talk about that because it was on my mind. I was thinking about it, like the what you have to do to be great. You can't be stubborn in the way. I'm doing it this way and that's it. You have to adapt, figure it out, and be able to put it into the players that this is what we're going to do to win and to beat this team. I figured it out. Now, can you put it in the players' minds, the players' heads, the players' bodies to execute that game plan? So that's all I got for this one. Just some stuff that was on my mind, y'all. I'm gonna be making some more videos. I'm gonna break down the coaching staff and some more, and probably just get on here and rant a little more. But like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.